It's got an international dimension as well as a very local dimension. This week, President Obama was in Brussels. He urged the European leaders to support fracking as part of geopolitics with the confrontation at the moment with Russia. Russia supplies 60% of all gas to Europe. So for people in County Fermanagh, it is a local issue. It will have tremendous negative effects for everybody who lives there. The habitats will be destroyed. The two pillars of the economy in County Fermanagh, tourism and farming, both of these will be undermined by fracking. But I am worried. Prior to coming to this conference, I was quite confident that the will of the people in County Fermanagh and Northern Ireland would be against fracking. What with President Obama putting pressure on European leaders to remove all the legal barriers to fracking, places enormous pressure on Downing Street and on the executive in Stormont to go ahead with fracking regardless of the feelings of the local people. And I would urge that this conference supports this critically important motion. Thank you.
This motion emphasises the risks of fracking. The risks are too high. The risks that Laurence described highlight that the debate isn't just about abstract needs to keep the lights on, but involves serious social, moral questions, especially with regards to the distribution of those negative risks. So I'd like to make 2 brief points on technological failure and regulatory failure. Technological failure. The head of the United Nations Environment Programme stated that fracking could lead to unavoidable risks, environmental impacts, even if the regulation is adhered to. And it's unavoidable because the technology is so inherently risky. I feel that unavoidable is a powerful word and one that itself demands the application of the precautionary principle and warrants the Green Party's position of seeking a complete ban. And on regulatory failure, specifically in Northern Ireland, this is an incredibly important consideration, given that so many of the people who favour fracking refer to regulation as some sort of panacea. Environmental governance in Northern Ireland is in a state of systemic failure in that it is in repeat and persistent breach of a number of European laws. It is so weak across all levels and relating to all types of developments that environmental harm is inevitable. So, to give an example, 2/3 of our special areas of conservation designated under European law are in unfavourable condition in Northern Ireland. I ask, if our regulatory framework is so weak that it cannot cope with industries as established here as, say, the quarrying industry, then how can we trust it to protect us from industries as high risk as fracking? We have here a technology that unavoidably fails, coupled with a regulator which inevitably fails. So I stand in full support of the motion and ask you to do so as well. The risks to our local, global environment, our health and our economy are just too high. Thanks.